The Rhea story continued with some positive psychology in practice echoes, if you will. I'm not doing this story on a continuous basis, it seems. Maybe I will change my mind again. And I was thinking, why? Well, part of the reason is that I reached an nadir, a low point in previous chapters, wherein I looked at the moment of disaster, if you will, catastrophe, and could not get past that. I was in the mood, in the process also of regretting, of saying, well, I was doing this, and in romantic terms, and I got rejected at one moment, abandoned, and so that's bad. Plus, on top of that, augmenting this feel of despair and loss and negativity, depression, was the fact that the romantic involvement absorbed everything. Instead of just being friends and, well, lovers, if that's the word, or whatever, I opted for being everything. I mean, tried to manage the career of what was then such an interesting big thing, Miss Romania, and that. Trying to do everything. And abandoning business or career opportunities. I remember, and that's a regret that I will have to mention, and then eventually halas, finish, get closure, get on with it. A moment in Belgium when it looked like we could get somebody interested in the cable business here, which was non-existent. And now it's such a big business that the major one is, number 3. The biggest cable company is number 3 as in terms of companies altogether. It's a few $billion business. And the others sold or merged, and in the process they won hundreds of millions of dollars for the owners or the founders. And there you go. That was probably a chance in a million to make money. Having said that, there's a different way to look at this, and that's the best and the way to do it. First of all, I don't know if I have the quote. It is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. That's a poet saying, I don't know, Tennyson, I don't know who it is. But he said it so good, so that's one thing. It was a great story, even if it ended in tragedy, and it's not such a tragedy after all. I mentioned at one point that one way out of this would have been to continue and suffer throughout, because the dynamic could have been again disastrous. Then, in terms of money, all right, so I could have made $100 million, and so what? I've learned over the past few years that money is not the solution. You can have a lot, and I'm not really that destitute now. It's the cause for so much unhappiness, really. examples of people with a lot of money and an unfortunate life, self-destructive abuse of alcohol or drugs or both. So that's not, time affluence is more important, and I have that. So the way to look at this is as to savor, to see in the past, oh my God, there were so many moments, so many wonderful, fabulous events, days and days of wine and roses, which is actually an unhappy a drama with Jack Lemmon. So that's the way to evaluate all this, and perhaps I will move on with a new perspective and try and tell the stories and see the light, see the good in them.